Yeah. Oh, you want me to mic through the stream? I can do that. Let's do it through Discord because I'm likely to like totally mess up if I have to talk during it.
Yeah, it's pretty intense, so I can just kind of explain what's going on.
Oh, I'm just not good at talking. Dragon's Run is probably more intense than Maria, but it's
Oh,
got more
nah, dude,
practice. It's
Maria's
better.
intense. You got that skip at the end that's like you backdash or something?
Oh yeah, I can't. I definitely can't talk through that.
80 miles per hour Oklahoma winds.
Alrighty. Alright, so there's going to be some loading, plenty of loading, but initially there's going to be some loading and then a little animation screen where Maria enters the castle, and timing will start when I gain control. So I'll just do like a 3, 2, 1, go, and on my go you can start timer. Sound good?
Yeah, there's a lot of loading because the Sega Saturn is an old piece of hardware that's running a game that is way too advanced for it, in all honesty, but it still works. It's able to run it without catching fire most of the time.
Alright, so here comes the countdown. It'll be about 25 seconds till we start the timer.
There's that much loading and then the animation, so yeah. Yeah, I think like it's like 16 seconds of loading or 10 seconds, somewhere around there. Like, look at all this loading, guys. Look at that loading.
3, 2, 1, go. So I'm jumping over this guy due to lag.
Yeah, that's actually an interesting point that Alucard brings up, that console strats versus emulator strats are actually a lot different, just because the lag in this game on console is way different than on emulator. Emulator, there isn't an accurate enough emulator out there to emulate the lag properly, so there's basically like no lag in most emulators. But you can see the slowdown just from like hitting enemies and whatnot. Yeah, Maria, she starts out with all of her movement options kind of like unlocked, whereas Alucard, I had to unlock them by getting different relics. So Maria can kind of just go through the castle as fast as she wants. So she has like a high jumping ability. She can do this like dash kick, which is you just dash and then do the normal attack button. And she can also slide on the floor. If I'm remembering correctly, this floor slide is the fastest possible movement. But it doesn't have any sort of invincibility or anything like that, so you don't necessarily want to do it through enemies. You want to do the jumping kick, because the jumping kick actually has some invincibility. Another interesting thing about Maria, she actually has 3 jumps, so you can use 3 different jumps as opposed to Alucard, who ends up getting 2 later on. But yeah, since all of the movement options are unlocked, we don't have to fight Slogger and Gaibon because that's not necessary. Instead, we're going to go straight to the second castle as fast as possible. And yeah, playing as Maria is a Saturn version exclusive. For whatever reason, it just is. Another interesting thing about Maria's movement is that high jump that she's doing, like you're seeing now, it can go diagonally. Which is very useful for that specific staircase. It's like at the same angle as that staircase, so it's a really efficient way to move. Yeah, it's you have to position yourself very specifically with when you're doing the jump kicks or when you're sliding. Just because, like, you can see there, he did a jump kick cancel and he just dive kicked down and then slid into the loading zone just because it's faster that way. Yeah, the input reader in this game. The input reader in this game is really annoying. That's not the spell you wanted, is it? Wow, that's unfortunate. Yeah, Hippogriff is a giant troll. Even if he did do the right strats, it's possible that Hippogriff would have just given the bad RNG. But yeah. But you see there, he kind of got clipped by the bat just because, like, your movement has to be very, very precise not to hit enemies during, like, when your invincibility wears off from the dash kick and whatnot. Sub-weapon doesn't really matter in this run at all, either. Like, you notice in the Alucard run, there are a few moments where you can actually lose the stopwatch, and the stopwatch is the most useful one because you can actually use it to... He did do the spell right. It's new tech from the... Oh, never mind. I didn't know that. Listen to what Talik said, not me. But either way. Yeah, slight differences between the Saturn version. You'll notice that there's a loading zone in between the teleporter and the edge of this room. I'm just assuming that the Saturn couldn't handle loading all of it at once. Or maybe it had something to do with the moving backgrounds. Who knows? It's a miracle the Saturn even, like, works. Yeah. At least the PlayStation version, and they ported the Saturn version from the PlayStation version. So this is actually a later port. Not the one that I was playing, but the one I was playing is a lot closer to the original. This port was actually after the original, which...
Okay, that time I definitely cast the wrong spell back.
Another thing about this game's input reader is everything has to be very... Oh, no. Very specific. Like, let's say, for example, you do some sort of quarter circle movement. Most fighting games, like, the reason why it's a lot harder than most fighting games is because you have to do every single input. There's no shortcuts, and there's no, like, way that the game makes up for it. Ooh, didn't get it there. Right now, mouse... Okay, second try. That's good. He's attempting, or just attempted, a clip. Another thing that just couldn't fix the loading zones for whatever reason, especially in this port. So he basically entered a loading zone, then backdashed into the last loading zone, and then, like, went back in, just confusing the game, and it just clipped him out of bounds, basically. It's hard to really explain it. I don't know too much about, like, the Saturn and how it decided to place people after loading zones. I'm assuming it's very similar, but either way. Yeah, time's coming up in a little bit. Oh no, that damage was scary. Unless that was intended. I don't know if it was intended. Minotaurs
are an intentional boost.
Okay, that's what I figured. Because it looked like it put you in a really good spot. Ooh, that lag, though.
Yeah. Literally faster than Taz.
Wow. Okay, you got the safety health. Another thing about this game is when you pick up items like that, there's no animation that slows you down, so you can actually go out of your way to get stuff, and it doesn't really, yeah. Also about the dragon spell. The dragon spell is actually coming up soon. Time is coming up soon as well. There's a specific spell. It's a very special spell. Apparently, I'm no expert about this spell, but there's a dragon that comes up, and it does not home in on your enemies, no matter what you may think.
It does not do that.
You have to control the dragon.
Let's just have that said now. PSA, you have to steer the dragon.
You want to learn this game, steer the dragon. They're only saying that because my first playthrough that got that far. of Maria any percent. I didn't know what to do, and I think I died because of that. I lost the run. That's all I remember. It doesn't home in. But yeah, Maria is just a kind of like a. I don't know. I don't know exactly how to describe it, but just like similar to the route is very similar to the Richter route. She just has better movement per se. Oh, not better,
Right,
just different.
time's coming up.
Good.
Time. 8:09. Not bad. All right, that was Maria, Symphony of the Night.
Nice. Cool. Good run.
Yeah.
Super sweet.
Decent run. That was within 20 seconds of world record.
Yeah, there was a couple of flubs in there, but overall, really good time. Yeah, it'd be.
Yeah, I'm happy with that run. Yeah, I'm happy with a sub 8:10 to me is solid, and that'll include like a couple given flubs, but it's a tough character movement run.
Yeah. I mean, it's not as bad as Richter per se, but
you guys don't know pain.
Richter. Let's not talk about Richter. Let's.
Yeah, let's move on. What's next?
There's a reason why he's not showing up at this marathon right now.
Okay, so you guys.
But if you do want to see some Richter, I'll probably be running Richter. So stop by after the marathon.
Oh baby.
Yeah. Everyone's spamming my Twitch URL, so meet me there for pain.
Lots of pain.
But thanks for having me, and Blitz, thanks for the run, thanks for the commentary, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, real strong SotN block. Few really good runs. I'm happy with that.
Those were nice runs, and just remember.
Thanks for having me, SRX. You guys are awesome.
No problem.
Yeah, this
dude.
is a really awesome marathon.
Thanks for being here. Appreciate it, guys. But up next, we have the Metroid 2 by Flipside 208. So be hyped for that.
Let's go, dude.
I will get that set up, and we'll be right back.